Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of AFC North.
Who days?
Going down the line.
Sam Schneider repping the Bengals in LA.
Smug
Dave Green. Dave Green, Browns guy.
Jan David Sutar, Ravens.
Gavin Peretti, still the nation.
All right, so we're going to go and kick it off with you off the bye.
Yeah, we came off a bye. Basically, the guys got the rest of last week off after just a quick walkthrough on Monday. Went back to work this Monday. 52 of 53 men on the roster are all practicing. The only one that didn't was Andrew Whitworth. It's just a Veterans Day off. No big deal. He gets one every Wednesday. So, in one respect, feels really good to be that healthy this far into the season for the first time for the Bengals.
I hate you so much.
I knew that was going to get under your skin a little bit.
It's like, we're so healthy. Fuck you. Fuck your team. Fuck your conditioners and trainers. I hate you all.
It doesn't usually go this way for us, but the one other thing...
it doesn't.
The one other thing I want to mention is Vontaze Burfict went to a specialist in California to get his knee checked out. He's been cleared to practice, but he hasn't yet this week. And in Marvin Lewis tenure, generally, if you have not practiced all week, that means you ain't playing on Sunday. So I'm assuming he's going to miss this week against the Squealers. And I'm assuming he's probably going to miss the short week, turn around to the Thursday game against the Browns. So I'm looking for him to come back on Monday night against the Texans a couple weeks down the road.
Yeah,
Rock on. Moving on to the Browns.
We're not going to rehash the score on the Browns-St. Louis game.
No.
We're going to keep it real simple.
What was the score?
I think it was 24-3.
Did you guys score some points?
In that area. It was, we got our damn asses kicked, okay? Turnovers, penalties, and inability to fucking score touchdowns. Maybe we're just allergic. I don't know. Not too sure on
You
that
start
one.
swelling
It's
up when you get
possible,
there,
though.
you know.
Inside,
I don't know, I got a hive. We did something.
Oh, shit. No, man.
Let me get the
Let's go the other
I'm
way.
not
Go
going
the
back
other
in that
way.
end zone again, man. I got hives everywhere.
Every time I get there, I'm just itchy.
Burns when I pee.
Poor fucking officiating hurt. And we have a lack of talent and depth at key positions. We're not able to overcome that at this juncture in the season. And honestly, we're not talking Super Bowl or even playoffs this year. But we wanted to see
You
some
guys know
sort
what
of progress.
that is?
We're not going back.
Well, Jim Brown found his ring from 1966.
I've got a Wikipedia. I know how to use that shit. I'm just not a Browns fan.
I want everybody out there to know that Dave Green, Browns guy, always comes in fully prepared with notes upon notes upon notes. But right up here at the top, it says,
We got our asses kicked. With an asterisk and two exclamation points.
Yeah.
First thing that came to my mind.
He actually
This is some concise reporting,
He
man.
actually leaves this here and then just puts different notes down.
I think I've got a leg up on Terry Bradshaw right now and on Boomer Esiason. Go Brownies. That's what did us in.
I want to get you a Joe Hayden jersey so bad because it's like he looks like the Brownies.
Hey, this guy's next. He doesn't have much else to say.
So, Ravens fans, everything he just said for the Browns, exactly this. I don't have anything more to add. Like lack of talent, horrible officiating. That officiating call for not designating an eligible receiver.
Bullshit.
Come on.
There's like 4 camera angles on that
Okay,
shit.
these are our division. Bengals, Browns, Steelers, and then we were talking about this before, and they're like, that was some bullshit right there.
You guys looking right at him.
When the league came out and said that the reason he missed the guy signaling was because he was thinking about the number that they called on a penalty like 2 plays earlier. Like we said, they're like, was it 44? Did we call it 44?
When is that a
Was it
good
45?
excuse?
Was it 44?
That's a terrible
Did we say
excuse.
44? I can't remember if we said 44.
I know, right?
And like
It's like-
spaced out and missed the guy.
If the president was like, should I bomb Iraq or Finland?
I don't know. Finland.
I think it was Finland. I think.
And Joe Biden's over there like, I'm checking in! For crying out loud, Barack!
That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. All right, so anyway, Ravens fans,
Bring it back.
I predicted 28-26 on the last episode because apparently I'm an idiot. And whenever we were down to the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter, it was 26-18. It was like we could pull off 10 points. I don't know how we can do it, but I know we can do it. And then of course, Joe, interception in the fourth quarter, Flacco came and showed his true colors. Don't get me wrong, not a Flacco hater. I love the guy, but
Only when he's winning.
yeah, I mean, and also, can we just stop giving the ball anywhere near Marlon Brown. Just get him out, gone. Anyway, so I'm going to sit over here, drink my second beer, and pass it off to the Steelers.
All right, so we had an abysmal game as well. This was a bad week for the AFC North. 23-13 against a team that won only one game before that. So that seems to be our pattern. We lose against the crappy teams. No offense. Anyway, so both offenses were shitty though. Like their offense didn't do anything either. Problem is Landry Jones, if he's going to be our backup quarterback and he's going to play, he needs to not pass the ball. He needs to hand off.
So let me get this straight. If Landry Jones is going to be your third string quarterback,
well, he might be the real
better
string.
Throw it.
No, he's gonna. He passed for 209 yards, which is pretty bad. 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. It was his fumble. He fumbled it. The second one though, it was not his fault. He threw it to Antonio Brown, perfect pass, it bounced off, went right to Barry.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. That was a Steeler fan saying Antonio Brown did something wrong.
Yeah.
And also, Heath Miller told Antonio Brown to
stop complaining. Yeah, that was great. That was the best thing I saw.
That was a good little thing. So I think our big problem is third down efficiency. We only had 1 third and short, or we had 2 third and shorts the whole game. So that actually left it so we couldn't really hand off to Le'Veon Bell very often. So that's a problem. We need to fix that. Michael Vick is supposed to be back, maybe next week. Yeah. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is what I think is bullshit. William Gay and D'Angelo Williams were both fined for wearing cleats supporting both domestic violence awareness and breast cancer awareness, and they were both fined $6,000 for doing that. So I think the NFL needs to get their priorities straight and really worry about their officials not messing up.
That's the thing. Is
about this stupid.
They just reopened up Deflategate. They're now challenging that. They're on a witch hunt.
Move on, guys.
Well, that's the thing. Is there was an article. I think it was through Russell Street Report, so Ravens reporters. But they were saying how this is not the NFL I fell in love with. Horrible commentators, absolutely horrible commentators, being on the coaches for 8 to 10 seconds, just get to the game. And on top of that, horrible officiating, penalizing players for the stupidest of things. I am so frustrated with the way the NFL is conducting themselves that as a fan, not even as a Ravens fan, just as a fan of NFL football, I'm like, what the hell are you fucking guys doing?
It's disappointing. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a game this year, whether it's a Bengals game or any other team in the NFL, where at the end of the game I couldn't count on one hand, maybe 2, how many fucking shitty calls I saw, blown calls, missed calls. Calls that where nothing happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it's been horrible.
How many games has it heard the NFL officiating has come back and said we screwed that up last week. We screwed that up last week.
It's too late at that point.
Every single week.
Here's a great note on that. Piggyback on that. Mike Carey, who I always hated as a referee, who retired and now he's in the booth in New York. And when there's a controversial call, they throw it out to Mike Carey, but he kept saying the wrong thing every time, and then the call would come back and get overturned, and he was proved wrong so many times. Now they don't throw it out to him until after they've come back, said the ruling stands, or the ruling's overturned, and then they say, Mike Carey, what do you think? And he goes, I agree with that. It's ridiculous.
That's embarrassing.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
It's unbelievable.
Your NFL officiating team of 2015, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so previews up for next week.
Sure. So our teams are playing up in Pittsburgh. I fully expect this to be, an AFC North dogfight.
Big Ben might be back.
Possibility.
Is that dogfight reference to Michael Vick, who might be playing?
No. He's paid his dues. He's paid his dues. It's fine.
Sir.
No. If you guys get to pick on Ray Lewis, I get to pick on Michael Vick.
However, Ben Roethlisberger is still the reason they don't have cheerleaders.
Nice. Well done, sir.
I'm just gonna break it. I'm gonna break it down like this. Whenever it's a division game, all bets are off. You have no idea what's. A couple of defenses that really can play well, and a couple of defenses that thus far have not.
And also, it depends on the offenses because I think if Ben is back, that's going to make a huge difference. Mike Tomlin says he's going to be back, but Ben actually said today that he wasn't very confident that he's going to be back. So we don't know. He's still got some swelling in his knee.
I can't imagine he'll miss this game against us. Especially
I would hope not. I would hope not. Michael Vick said he's good to return, but I don't know if we go with Landry Jones anyway.
I'm not scared of either of those guys.
I hope so.
So I think it's going to be loud in Pittsburgh. I think, like I said, the defenses can play well. There might be a couple timely turnovers, but I look for both offenses to eventually really get rolling. I'm not gonna pick the Bengals to lose until they actually lose one. So I'm going to say a high scoring game, 33-30 Bengals.
May I interject also? If the Bengals lose to the Steelers, that means by default you've lost to the Ravens? Because the Ravens...
That is not true.
No,
It
totally doesn't work
Plus,
that
we
way.
already beat the Ravens.
You know what? Shut up. Let me live in my little hole and be happy. I'm in the cellar. Fuck you.
Gavin, how do you think this one's going to play out?
I think it's going to be. I'm guessing if Ben's not back, I'm going to say it's going to be 30-24. If he is back, it's going to be real close. It's going to be close to call. I'm going to say 30-27. But unfortunately, both times Steelers Nation's going to hate me. But I think I'm passing the jersey next week.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Nice.
So what to use the key to winning if you guys have a chance?
Yeah.
I mean, the key to winning is going to be our offense just demolishing your defense. You guys got Geno Atkins, but your offense is not that bad.
No, our offense is good. And you know what?
AJ Green and Marvin, our secondary is just so bad right now.
Right.
And Will Allen, I'm not sure he's questionable to be in. Our safety Will
Our
Allen.
defense has been bend but don't break and been fairly opportunistic, but I didn't realize until today we're giving up close to 5 yards a carry on the ground.
Wow.
If we can get Le'Veon Bell in the game,
And it's
that's gonna be
always
a
big
problem.
chunks. It's because guys are breaking off 35, 40-yard runs on us. So, we can let that happen as long as we stop them once they get to the red zone.
All right, so moving on to Browns.
All right, we get Arizona in Cleveland. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff. Arizona comes to town. They're 5-2. Doesn't look good since we're 2 and some bullshit. It's bullshit.
We're two. What's your record? We're 2 and some bullshit.
What I will say, the guy that we got to watch is Chris Johnson. 3 100-yard games. Hasn't been done in Arizona since 07 with Edgerrin James. We got to watch that. Averages 5.1 yards a carry. He's just under 600 yards on the season, and he's 30 years old. You would hope age has caught up to him, but the numbers he's putting out there doesn't look like that.
Well, he's taken the last 4 years off, so he's got fresh legs.
He's fresh. He's baby legs.
Watch Carson Palmer, too. He's third in the league with passing yards. He's over 2,000 on the season. Interesting fact, Cleveland gives up 150 yards on the ground. Arizona averages 125 on the ground. Again, doesn't look good for us. They average 32 points a contest. We average 21. Still doesn't look good. I'm thinking they're probably going to put up the 32, if not 35 on us. Cleveland, I'm going to say 17.
So
35-17.
35.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly.
Ow.
Glad I'm in LA and not going to that game.
All
I'll be at
right.
work.
So Ravens, Chargers are coming to M&T Bank Stadium this week. Honestly, it's the only way that we're possibly going to win this game is if both of our offense and our defense play absolutely perfectly, and they're not going to do that. Our secondary, we have such a lack of talent. Like Jimmy Smith, who was amazing the last couple of years, is playing subpar. We do have our strong safety back, so that's good. There's so many variables in this that I literally cannot predict a win, even at home. I mean, it's great that we've got the next 3 games at home, but I just don't think it's going to happen for us, especially against the Chargers. Keenan Allen, Danny Woodhead, they are great talents Phillip Rivers has to get to, and we really don't have the talent to stop that. We don't, unless something happens at home and the energy shifts and that propels us forward. I just don't really see us pulling out of this game, which breaks my heart. But from my standpoint, I am predicting a 21-17 game. Again, it's going to be a one possession game, which has been our MO. I mean, we're 1-6, so we're arguably the best team with a losing streak in the NFL. Thanks for us. The only way I really see this happening is if Flacco at home plays like he's in the playoffs, and we see January Joe like months early. But I just don't think that it's going to happen. I don't think we have the talent.
Well, Rivers a lot of times can be good for a pick or two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
always.
That's what I'm saying. But we haven't had a turnover in the last since the
he played.
Bengals.
You haven't received a turnover.
We haven't received a turnover.
Yeah.
It's like we got
Yeah.
a blocked punt from the last game,
Right.
but that's you
You need to get a pick off of Rivers.
Yeah,
to kind of get the defensive momentum.
That's the thing.
That's
I will
gotta
say
come
this:
early in
if
the contest,
we
too.
don't get a pick off of Rivers, then that goes to show absolutely how bad our secondary is. I mean, that's fact.
Right.
So anyway, for me, predicting 21-17 Chargers at home.
Cool. I don't have much else to say. We pretty much covered most of it. I just think we're at home, so that could also affect us positively. And then Antoine Blake is going to be back too, most likely. So other than that, I think it's going to be a close game.
It's going to be a battle. Always is.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys, that is it for us here at AFC Northerners. Tune in next Thursday. We're going to be here right back here on YouTube. In the meantime, we're going to sign off as we always do with
Fuck the Patriots!
See you next episode, guys.